We
Oh
want to
boy.
answer.
Sure,
do it.
let's quickly
All right.
bang them out.
Listener
bang-
question. Bang them out.
Bang it to
Bang,
the curb.
bang.
Yeah. Nothing like a good bang. If you want to bang out some questions with us, you can join our Discord and look for the. You can leave your questions in the Boss Rush podcast thread, or you can look for a Twitter post or anywhere else all over the place. Leave a comment on a video. I don't care where you leave it. Just leave it somewhere. I check it all. Still saying Shane. This was his question from last week that we didn't get to, but he asked, based on today's PS5 Pro reveal, mind again, this was from last week, showing specs for the model that costs $700 USD base price. What specs do you think we'll see from Nintendo when it comes to setting prices for its future console, and what types of specs do you think it might have based on the price of the PS5 $400 to the PS5 Pro $700 version?
I'm going to tee this up to
Wait, the PS5 is still $500. Am I right? Or
The
is there a price drop?
The digital version is $400.
Oh, they price dropped the digital.
No, the digital was $399 when it came out.
I thought digital was. I thought it was $449.
Not when I
don't.
bought it.
Okay, whatever. Okay, wait, y'all pointing to me? Don't punt to me, because oh my god, like I'm the tech guy. Do not punt to me, because
I'm punting to you because you are the tech guy. What you talking?
Didn't you just say in our group chat that you didn't get to rage about the PS5 Pro?
I'm not raging about the PS5 the way the general population is raging about the PS5. My raging is that for $700, you're getting a damn good fucking video game console. You know, I can build you a PC for about $800 that will do the same exact thing, if not better than the PS5 Pro is slated to do, and stuff like that. So you guys are complaining for bullshit. Now, the one thing I will say is, like, my $850 machine will do more than just play fucking video games for you at 4K 30, 40, or 60. It will do more than that. As a matter of fact, it will help you probably build a life and do something, you know, like write a book or draw something or create content, as well as play fucking video games. Which, you know, so I'm tired. So I was tired of discourse about like it being too fucking high. Number one, like I do agree with one thing IGN said, and that is because Xbox is shooting themselves in every extremity possible. That's the reason why Sony had the gonads to put out $700, you know. But also, this is still a fucking steal. If anything, I think the $700 price tag on the PS5 Pro is just basically the pilot light for what the PS6 is going to be priced at.
Oh,
yeah,
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I think. So at first I thought this price is ridiculous, and I'm still of like, this is still high, but like
it's high because we as not just Americans, the world around, we're suffering from inflation. Like inflation is crippling us, you know, stuff like that. It was funny because like when they revealed the price of the PS5 Pro, right? Somewhere in my head, I thought I paid $600 for the PS5 base. And that's what inflation does to us. Like it mars our concept of the money that we spent in the past. You know, that's one of the things it does. It also kind of convinces us that the prices right now are supposed to be the norms and stuff like that. No, it is ridiculous to go out and buy a gallon of milk for $4. It's ridiculous. You know, it's ridiculous to buy a dozen of eggs for $2 and some odd cents. You know, there's so many chickens in the United States and everything. Why the fuck is the price of eggs so high? There's so many egg-laying chickens out there on farms specifically and stuff like that. There's so many cows that are raised and stuff just to produce milk and stuff like that. Why the fuck is it so high? You know what I mean? And so like when we shift gears to tech and stuff like that, it's a little different because like we're still in the middle of two shortages. We're still in the middle of a silicon shortage, and we're still in the middle of a worker shortage and stuff like that. Also, like, you know, with and this is going to be me like being like a complete computer nerd at this point, right? These chipsets are getting smaller and smaller. The SoCs and all that stuff. Like Don't quote me on this because I don't know for sure what nanometer the PS5's chip is. I want to say it's probably either a 7, 8, or 9 nanometer chip. They're making 4 nanometer chips, and that stuff is getting harder and harder to make cost efficient and stuff like that. But they're doing it because the technology demands that we have to have faster and better technology, but we also have to make it more form fitting.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like how we go out, everyone gets sticker shock when they in their head they want XYZ vehicle, and they get sticker shock when they see what it is brand new on the lot and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it is what it is.
So my only thing with the $700 price point is if it's really going to be that much. And I know that we are definitely shifting towards a digital ecosystem everywhere, right? I've already made that shift on Xbox and PlayStation, right? Mm-hmm. And I probably will with Nintendo if they confirm their console is backwards compatible, right? At that price, they should have included a disc drive. It's not that much money, right? I know they're trying to cut costs and everything. And
Sony has started losing money, and right now Sony is the only. It seems like Sony's the only company out there that's trying to push the hardware agenda. And I say that, and I don't take Nintendo lightly when I say this. Nintendo, at the end of the day, is a games company, mm-hmm. whereas Sony is an electronics company.
Yeah, Nintendo's a toy company, right?
Yeah, Nintendo's a toy company and stuff like that. So and here's the thing about it, and I think I didn't quite. I want to say up until last 2 weeks ago with the reveal of the PS5 Pro, I want to say that's where I didn't really. That's where if the light bulb finally went off for me. Nintendo just wants to entertain. Sony wants to change our lives. Sony wants to change our lives just like Apple wants to change our lives. Microsoft wants to change our lives. LG, Samsung, they want to change our lives. They want to be at the forefront of not just entertainment, but also of technology and stuff like that. Nvidia, AMD, Intel, all these people. AMD, Intel just admitted they lost a bidding war for what could have been the PS6 and the ROG Ally 2. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There it is. We get so narrowed in on what we feel things should be that we don't always see the big picture. We don't understand that a manufacturer of automobiles or people that or companies that build buildings and houses and stuff like that. We don't ever understand the cost of it. We just understand what we feel we should pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm passionate about this stuff, and I think the only reason why I'm really passionate about this stuff is because I am a PC guy, and I actually run a business. I actually co-own a business, in the PC market space and electronics stuff like that. So I have to kind of know some things about how all this stuff goes and how much it costs. Trust me, I want to upgrade my computer now. I'm just not ready to spend the money on it right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking more at the general consumer side. I agree the technology and the system definitely, warrants the price. But for me as a consumer, it's the visuals. I don't need, I'm glad Sony wants to improve our lives and stuff and give us the very best, but the very best doesn't look that much more different than what we already have. So
okay, see,
to me, it's the value's just not there. I can get the same enjoyment out of my $500 system that I'm supposed to get out of my $700 system.
That is true. I agree with that, but I need to chime in on that for a second because we're not going to be able to see the change in visuals on a compressed stream that was put out on YouTube. We're not. We're gonna have to wait for the floor models to show up at our Best Buys, our Walmarts, our stuff like that to be able to. And we got to pray, and we need to pray that they actually give it to us on HDMI 2.1 or DisplayPort 2.0 with a nice ass television or display hooked up to it and stuff like that. Or we're all gonna be like, what's the difference here? We're not gonna be able to know for sure until we hook it up to our televisions. Or hook it up to a computer monitor. Honestly,
so now you bring up another point here that you have to have the best of the best to be able to get
you don't have the best. You don't have the best of the best.
Well, you have to have something that can help this, help the system perform at its peak. Because if I take
That's
that
not.
system and put it on my old ass HD TV, I'm still probably not going to get much of a difference.
I wouldn't say it's true. Like because like a $500 like 32-inch television has enough to like make sure like all these consoles look great.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, where TVs do not do people justice is unless you have a television that has variable refresh rate (VRR), like you're never going to see these games the way you want to see them. This is why you get a computer. This is why we get computer monitors to play console games. I know it sounds wild, but that's why people do it.
I mean,
I'm never going to see how it's supposed to be anyways, because I don't know how to work the brightness on my TV. The way
I mean,
everything looks too damn dark to me.
my TV has variable refresh rate on it. I mean, most modern TVs are starting to implement that kind of stuff, but you have to pay for it, right? I mean, it's not cheap. But
variable refresh rate doesn't make these TVs that much more expensive. What actually makes your TV more expensive is just the refresh rate.
On paper, it doesn't. No, mine has my TV's 120 hertz. It plays my games play at 120 hertz at a variable refresh rate, and it's like, and I go to my old TV, which is hanging up over here when I'm like editing or whatever, and it's like going from.
Wait, you edit on your television?
No, I edit at my desk,
okay.
but my
Okay.
while it's rendering, or if I'm just listening and I'm playing a game over here because I don't feel like walking back and forth.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. I got you. Because I was about to say we're gonna have a conversation as soon as this show's over.
It's like the difference that is staggering. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Like honestly, any modern TV in the last 4 or 5 years is going to be able to like wow the shit out of you when you put a PS5 Pro up to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It may just be that I've never experienced, I guess, what you guys have experienced. So to me, where I've experienced is I would consider my best experience seeing getting the PS5 Pro, just wouldn't add much to that experience because I don't know what I'm missing, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, which is fair. The one other thing I will say is that gamers are in 3 camps right now, and I say 3 specifically because we think it's 2 camps, but it's actually 3, because you have what's called a really savvy gamer out there, and they're the guys who actually make us PC gamers look like lunatics. They know, like when the PS5, we can call it the base model now. When the PS5 base model came out, they knew a Pro was coming. So they didn't buy a PS5. They waited for the Pro. They didn't want to spend the money on a PC because they knew they were going to get the games how they want to play them when the PS5 Pro came out. And because it's backwards compatible, because Sony is finally on that damn architecture that's like, oh, we can play games going back to a certain, can't play PS3 games, but whatever. but still, but because of that, like, they're in their own different league now. So it's 3 different camps. You've got people who are content to just play video games, so they're fine with their Nintendo Switches, their Xbox Series X or S, their PlayStation 5 based models. You've got PC gamers, and we've got a whole fucking ton of options now. We can build a gaming PC, or we can go, oh, where's my ROG Ally? Oh, it's somewhere around here. We got handheld PC, Steam Decks, and all this stuff now. And then you've got the enthusiast console gamer. These are the people who buy the pro models of these systems. And sometimes they're even crazy because like they'll buy a base model just to trade it in so they can get a El Cheapo version of the pro model. Mm-hmm. That's really what it is now. Like was it Schadenfreude, or what's it called?
Schadenfreude.
Yeah, Schadenfreude. There we go. We're getting to that point now with gaming and stuff like that. And also, yes, I also do believe that we are honestly starting with the PS4 era. Like we were starting to get into the realm of diminishing returns on new consoles and stuff like that. We're there. We're there. Of course, the next Nintendo system is going to wow us, but I really need to see what it looks like, because like there's some part of me that's telling me it's going to look slightly better than what we're getting now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's something that's telling me that. The reason why it's telling me that is because AMD is being. I'm not AMD. I'm sorry. Nvidia is being lazy. We could have had an idea of what Switch 2 games look like if Nvidia released a Shield TV Plus or 2 or something by this point. But Nvidia is lazy. They want to go in AI, which is why. And I love DLSS. I love it. You know, and that PSSR, I'm going to study the shit out of that when the PS5 when the PS5 Pro comes out. I'm not buying one, but so like when I'm gonna find one of my friends that has a PS5 Pro, and I'm gonna be posted on their fucking console. They're gonna hate me. They're gonna be like, you need to buy my PS Plus subscription. You're gonna be at this damn much, because I'm going to try and dissect the hardware.
Yeah,
because I want to see what this AI upscaling is going to do for this. Because I think AI upscaling is how we're going to get. You thought the current console generation was already, you know, like slow out the gate. AI upscaling is going to really stagnate it because like the companies are going to start realizing, hey, we have to pump all this money into new technology to like give us 8K graphics. You know, there's going to let AI do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what Nintendo's going to be, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that's because they're falling back on Nvidia's DLSS.
Yeah. So.
Well, to answer Shane's question, I think it's going to be around $400 because Nintendo, you know, as much as the technology is going to improve, I think the big thing is Nintendo's probably still going to have a storage-based game where you can put your saves and stuff on the games itself, so that the system doesn't have to have that big of a, you know, memory.
Yeah. Yes, Laurent.
I forgot to mention some of the reasons why there's also a price hike on the PS5 Pro is because it has a true 2 terabyte SSD in it.
Yeah.
A true one. I mean, so yeah, like maybe like 20% of that SSD will be devoted to the actual operating system. So you'll actually have like the storage. And once you start adding terabytes onto your storage, price also goes up. This is why I don't have an 8 terabyte SSD in my damn ROG Ally. Because I do not want to spend $700 for the storage.
Yeah.
Not when I can just I bought this nifty little thing right here. This is a little thing I can like attach to my ROG Ally, and I can actually add USB flash drives or an SD card to it and expand my memory.
Yeah.
And it's barely a hardware mod.
Yeah. I think the next Nintendo console is going to be $399. I think that's the safest bet, especially because like if Sony and Microsoft are also planning handhelds with their next round of whatever, right? Like those are going to probably be a pretty penny at least, right?
They're going to be pricey.
And then
they're pricey.
Yeah, and then you look at the price of like the ROG Ally and the ROG Ally X and the Steam Deck, like you know, they're definitely going to be cheaper than those, but that's because the tech in them is going to be older than that, right? And because it's Nintendo and that's how they always work. But
well, the problem is you're also going to be locked in one ecosystem. People can bitch and complain all day about like the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally, and you know, being like one's Linux based and one's Windows based, whatnot. But you still have versatility in all those. Like, you know, like whatever the hell Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony push out as far as their handhelds is going to be in one ecosystem.
Yeah,
and you're going to have to jailbreak it to try and get expansions. And we've seen how horribly well like jailbreaking a Nintendo Switch goes for people who want to do something a little bit more than just play Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Y'all shouldn't lob this to me. Y'all should not have.
Stephanie, you got any final opinion on price or anything?
Nothing to add that hasn't already been said. My vote is 400, at most 450, but yeah.
I was thinking 449. The reason why I'm thinking 449 is because Nintendo knows. How many people do we know that has more than 2 Nintendo Switches in their possession?
Well, the thing with the 4, I think that they might come out with 2 SKUs, one $399 and one $449 with different memory options. Because they did that, they've done that before. So, all right, our last question.
I don't think Nintendo's making a $500 system. Not yet.
No. I don't.
Not yet.
They're not.
Not yet. They'll get too big for their britches one day and do it, but not right now.
No, they'll do it when everyone else is given the $900 handheld system.
The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.